What is your biggest weakness? This is one of the most common interview questions, and I certainly ask it of all the nannies that I interview. It's also the interview question with the worst answers. Nannies answer with, let me think about it, or I don't know, or I've never thought about an answer to this question. These are all really poor responses. It shows that you are not self-aware, and I know you're lying, you know you're lying, none of us are perfect. I've only known you for 5 minutes and I can already give you 3 things. So let's talk today about how to improve the answer to this question and get across what your greatest weakness is in the most professional way. If we haven't met before, I'm Michelle Kelsey, founder of the Nanny Solution by Nannies on Call. Each week, I bring you new videos to educate and inspire you to get better jobs and make more money. Let's dive into this huge topic right away today. How do you answer this difficult question? What is your greatest weakness? Because you don't want to bring up things that are going to stop you from getting the job. And I think that's one of the biggest concerns. If someone is thinking, well, I'm not very organized, how am I going to express that in a way that still gets me that job and shows that I do care and I am working on self-improvement? First of all, never make your strengths into weaknesses. What do I mean here? Never say, I'm a perfectionist or I work too hard. That is not a weakness. We all know that those are strengths that you're turning into weaknesses. So don't use those as a cop-out for answering this question. Also, do not use a personality trait when you're talking about your biggest weakness. Something like, I'm a perfectionist, is not your biggest or greatest weakness. A personality trait is something that's innate in you. It's something that can't be changed without a lot of self-help and work. Whereas a greatest weakness is something that you can change, learn, and grow from. So don't turn your personality traits into your weaknesses. You need to choose a weakness that is fixable, something that either the family or the agency can help teach you, you can take a course in, something that you can get better at and that you show the family or the agency that you're getting better at it. Let's go over a couple scenarios. What is your greatest weakness? My greatest weakness is that I don't have experience in the age of 0 to 1 years old. Most of my professional experience has really been with 1-year-olds and up. And I'd really like to develop and understand the 0 to 1-year-old child development and care for children under 1. I've already started looking at some courses, newborn care and child development for 0 to 1, and I plan to take these courses by the end of the year. I've also already started reading books on child development and infant stages in the 0 to 1-year-old range. I think this will really help me moving forward so that I can work with younger children. This is a great answer. It shows that you know where your weakness is in childcare and what you're doing to fix it. You're aware that you don't have experience. Make sure your weaknesses also line up with what the family needs. So this would be a great example if you're interviewing with a family who has maybe a 6-month-old and a 3-year-old. Well, of course you can take care of the 3-year-old because you have lots of experience with that. But if your resume doesn't show any experience in the 0 to 1-year-old range, they want to know that you are doing something about that education and that you'll be ready to take care of this child. Often nannies say things like, oh, I'm sure taking care of an infant is easy or it won't be a big deal, but it is a big deal. Each age and stage is different and you need to show that. So in this case, that would be a weakness and it would be a great way to show the family that you're interested. Let's try one more. What is your greatest weakness? My greatest weakness is having a broad range of activities. I do have lots of great activities for children, educational, crafts, baking, but I feel like I stick to those same things all the time. I am working on broadening the range of activities I have that I can pull out of my hat and easily start with children when I'm working by looking on Pinterest for new activities for the right age range, or reading books, joining early childhood education groups that have great ideas on how to entertain children at different developmental stages. I think this would really help me in keeping kids entertained and busy all day. See how it sounds? It's not braggy, but it's also not lying by saying you don't know, because you do know where you need to up your skills or get better at something. It's telling the parents exactly what qualifications you lack, but at the same time, telling them how you're fixing that and what you're doing to make yourself better. Next time you get asked, what is your biggest weakness? How will you answer that question? Comment below to see who has the best response. See you all soon.